are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Yes, go New York, go New York, go. We are live. It is post game live. I am your host, Big Mike. And yes, you heard the song, so that means you know what it is. Knicks win tonight in a gut check must win situation. The Knicks come up big in Indiana, 106 to 100. Pacers lead 2-1 in the series, but the Knicks avoid going down the dreaded 3-0. As we know, no team in NBA history has ever come back from 3-0. So to say that this was a must win was an understatement. The Knicks came out, they played with okay energy. I thought in the first quarter they played with some force in the first, show that they was here to play. Pacers went on a run. End of the first, most of the second went on a big run, and took a 20-point lead in the second quarter. It was a big the air. If you were a Knicks fan and watching that, we were starting to write the obituaries. We were ready to fire Tibbs. We was ready to trade Cat. It was doom and gloom. And then something amazing happened. The Knicks got in a little bit of foul trouble, and Tibbs looked to his right and realized that there were more guys on that bench that could actually play, and he were eligible to get put in the game. And good things started to happen. The Knicks used their bench. The Knicks cut that 20 down to 13 at halftime. It felt good. It did feel good. Being down 13 doesn't feel good, but it didn't feel like it did down 20. If the Knicks had a little bit of momentum, you could see the fight. You could see the pep in their step. As much as I hate him, Reggie Miller was saying it live in progress. I don't like the way this is ending. I don't like the energy. The Knicks have a little bit of life here. And the Knicks turned that around third quarter. Most of the third quarter was kind of just back and forth. They score, we score, they score, we score. And then the Knicks cut it down to, I think, 9 or 8. It just kept chipping away. Fourth quarter, Knicks walked them down. I mean, there's nothing else to say. The Knicks walked them down the bench. They got big minutes from Deuce. They got big minutes from DeLon Wright, which we will talk about. And yes, I am not opposed to sit here and say it. It shocked me. I thought the series was over once I saw him come in the game. Landry Shamet played big minutes tonight. Gave the Knicks. I don't believe he scored. I'll double check that right now. But regardless, his minutes were big. He got a big charge. He played 11 minutes. He did score 3 points. He did hit a 3. Yes, he did hit a 3. I remember him hitting that 3. But his impact on the game, which we argue about on this pod all the time, his impact. He had quality impact minutes. And Brunson, who was in foul trouble all night, picked up his fifth. I did not like his fourth foul, or really his fifth. The fifth foul, I really didn't agree with either one of those calls. But he picked up his fifth foul. Deuce had to come in, and Deuce actually gave quality minutes because it was a change of pace, because it forced the offense to have to go through Cat and forced the offense to have to go through everybody else. As Dylan loves to say, Brunson and Prey did not exist. And Cat caught a burner in the fourth quarter. Scored, I believe, 20 in the fourth. Carried us for the first half until Brunson came in and closed the door, hitting all his free throws as the general should. And the Knicks just got just one extra stop. They played some tough defense in that second half. And now it sets it up. Knicks get the win. They're up. They're down 2-1 in the series. Game 4 will be Tuesday night back in Indiana. Nothing really changes. The Knicks have to win this game too. Going down 3-1 doesn't change anything. So, it's still a must win. What's going on? Yeah. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, it is just me. Breezy should be here probably in the next 10-15 minutes, I would think. Dylan is MIA right now. He said he would be here, but he's not. So he's not here. And so it's just me running the ship. And that's fine because I'm gonna sit here and going to chop it up. Like I said, I have to be fair because Tibbs was doing that Tibbs thing again, but he finally went to the bench. I was very happy to see DeLon Wright get in the game because I've obviously watched the Knicks all year, and I just didn't understand how he couldn't be of an impact in the minutes when TJ McConnell's on the floor. I just didn't understand it. Like, the Knicks bench players aren't the best in the world, but they're also not bad. Like, they're not god awful. So, like, they can get, like I said, I don't need them to play 20, 30 minutes, but 10, like shit, 10, 13 for DeLon Wright. Like, those guys are more than capable of doing that. If Tibbs would just give them a chance, like just give him a chance. It feels like Deuce played way more than he did. He only played 15 minutes, and it feels like he played more because that's how much impact he had on the game. But Tibbs just really, you could tell the desperation was there. Tibbs changing the starting lineup, like he said, starting Mitchell Robinson, which I agree. The Knicks play massively different when he's in the game. I've been saying this for a while now. If Mitchell Robinson could ever stay healthy and play 65 games, 65, 70 games, he absolutely is a defensive player of the year candidate. He has that much impact on defense. He just changes everything, and he's changing everything in this series. Miles Turner had a good game tonight. Mitch wasn't killing them on the boards like he did in New York, although he still was a monster out there. But it was good to see other people kind of get involved. OG, I thought, had a very good game tonight, offensively and defensively. Mikal Bridges didn't hit the threes. He took a lot of shots. I saw him miss a lot of shots that he normally makes. So, there's still that. The Knicks really wasn't getting the threes to fall too much outside of OG and Towns. They were the only two that were hitting anything. But like I said, it was just a gritty win. Siakam back to earth. Halliburton had an okay game. I wouldn't say he had a bad game. His jumper was also off, 2 for 8 from 3 as I'm looking at it. He's got to be better for them to win. Defense is going to be the key because if the scores for the rest of this game hover around this number, 106 to 100, I would think the Knicks are going to have a good chance because Indiana wants to go up and down and run. Both teams were just very sloppy with the ball tonight. The Knicks had a stretch they had no turnovers in the first quarter, and then they had 11 between the second and halfway through the third. Like, just completely fell off the rails. So, I mean, it's like I said, the pressure's still on the Knicks. You can't go down 3-1. So the Knicks still have to win this game. But if the Knicks win Tuesday, then this series gets real interesting. It's real interesting real quick because Now going back to the Garden, tied 2-2, it will again be a madhouse in there. And the Pacers did a good job. They got there too. They can't give this home court back. Cannot give it back. So we're here to talk about it. I mean, we're recapping this game. Once the fellas get in here, I mean, we can. There's nothing really to talk about from Minnesota and OKC from last night because Minnesota won by 40, and just that was a beatdown. That game. If I'm OKC, it's me and Dylan were in here joking and laughing before the game. Minnesota, OKC is just better. So Minnesota's shooting their load like that. Hey, let's see it. I would love a great series. I would love a great series. The Knicks have been a better road team throughout these playoffs. They've only lost one road game in the playoffs so far, and that was game 5 in Boston. So the Knicks have been a very good road team in the playoffs. We'll see if that trend continues on Tuesday. But the Wolves definitely, like I said, they did everything right in that game. The refs were letting them be physical with OKC, which, hey, OKC did not adjust well to the physicality that Minnesota brought. And if they don't adjust to that, they're going to be in trouble. But OKC, I'm still not worried about it. They played about as bad as they could, and Minnesota played about as well as they could. So see what happens when it's a little closer tomorrow. I would expect OKC to win tomorrow, but it wouldn't shock me if Minnesota won. I picked Thunder in 6 anyway, so it wouldn't shock me if Minnesota came back and won. Yeah, I don't think it was that. I mean, I didn't pick it, so I didn't pick it, but I'm not surprised that he won because they're just gonna have him lose. Like, so they're not gonna have a TNA wrestler beat a WWE wrestler on WWE TV, just like when Trick loses that title, probably back to Joe Henry, it'll be on a TNA pay-per-view in front of TNA's core fans. Like, that's how you play this game. This way, nobody's embarrassed. Like, if they built it up, it's going to be more hype this way. But I don't suspect Trick will probably hold that belt. I don't know TNA's pay-per-view schedule, but 1 or 2, just a few weeks, 30, 40 days. And then, like I said, Joe Henry or Dolph Ziggler or whoever, they might even have him win it on WWE TV since WWE fans know who he is. That wouldn't surprise me either. It'll make me want to watch the first show after tonight. It'll make me want to watch the next TNA show, but not regular. Not regular. Inexperience won't win the title, but it might. I mean, there's not a lot of experience on OKC. There's not a lot of experience. I mean, Indiana and the Knicks are more battle playoff tested than Minnesota and OKC. So there's that. But I said I don't know. I don't see a world where Indiana could beat OKC. I don't think the Knicks could beat OKC. They'd have to drag them into the mud and make them play close clutch games every time. Minnesota, I don't really think Indiana could beat Minnesota either, to be honest with you. I do think the Knicks can beat Minnesota. I do think the Knicks absolutely could beat Minnesota, but we are a ways away from the Knicks Timberwolves for the finals. I'll tell you that. We are a ways away from that. So yeah, but that was also LeBron James and the Heatles. So they were OKC definitely was inexperienced and they wasn't ready. I mean, they won game one, and then Miami just said no, not this year. So Cat versus it Cat versus Randall would be unbelievable because they both pressed so much when pressure's on them. So the two of them would just probably either have the greatest duel we've ever seen, or they both would be unbelievably bad. Either way, either way, it would be great to see. Either way, because them, them two in the finals must see TV. I hope one of them gets there so we can see it. Obviously, you know who I want to get there, but I really need one. I really need one of these guys to get there because the way them two, oof, I can imagine the pressure that Julius Randle will be playing with. It'll be unbelievable to see how he responds to that. And to be fair, we got to be fair. Julius had his worst game of the playoffs in game two. He had a great game three. So we got the same people that was killing him. Got to give him credit because he played great last night in game three. And if he plays like that, then Minnesota does have a chance in this series. If he can give him what he gave him last night, they do have a chance. I don't foresee it, but Julius is definitely more than capable of dominating and winning a series. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm waiting to see if we get any news. Carl Anthony Towns was limping and hobbling the last 2-3 minutes of that game. There was a little scrum for a loose ball, and after that, he just kind of just didn't look right after that. I'm just trying to see if anyone says anything. I mean, it's the conference finals, so at this point, all hands on deck. But we'll see. Josh Hart also kind of got hurt, kind of tweaked his knee, getting a big rebound. Shout out to Josh Hart because a lot of dudes would have folded and would have been sulking and just if they got benched. But Josh Hart, every day, just another day at the office. 34 minutes, 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal. Just normal Josh Hart behavior. 6 for 6 from the free throw line, including two big ones that the Knicks needed. Knicks outscored the Pacers 36-20 in the fourth quarter. So that's the game right there. That's the game. And as I'm looking at it, the Knicks defensively got better and better and better as the game went on. Indiana scored 30, then 28, then 22, then 20. So the Knicks absolutely just walked them down and put the clamps on them defensively. Injuries could still be a big thing. Still be a big thing. I think that is a good actually comparison because Marcus Smart was kind of the sole heartbeat. He did all of the dirty work. That's why it sucks that they won the title without him because he did all the dirty work. He deserved to get that ring with them because he did everything. But I mean, them's the break sometimes. Like and his career literally hasn't been the same since he left. He's been incredibly injury prone, shockingly, since he left. He was so durable for the most part with Boston. Second, he went to Memphis, excuse me. He's been injury prone and it's just never been the same. I was real interested to see how him and John Morant would really play together, and I feel like we just never got it because he's just been injured. Like it Yeah, he just hasn't been the same. Hasn't been the same. Which sucks because Marcus Smart is one of my favorite players. I love the way he plays. Just as why you could probably not be surprised that I love the way Josh Hart plays. But like I said, basketball is a weird game. But we move on. We move on. So let's talk about it. Pacers, Timberwolves, Thunder tomorrow. I don't think OKC is going to play as bad as they did tonight. Last night. I don't. They're too good of a team. They're too good of a team to play that bad again. So I do think Minnesota is going. I think that tomorrow night's game is going to actually be very similar to this game. I think Minnesota is going to come out hot, quick, hot, quick, and I want to see how OKC responds to that. I believe in this team. I believe that they will respond well to this first punch that I anticipate Minnesota throwing. I think this will be a close game. I think this will be a clutch game tomorrow. And I think OKC will get the win. SGA will do something MVP-ish. And I think OKC will go up 3-1. I don't know quite yet if they're gonna. I have to see how the game plays out to see if they're gonna close it out in 5. Because I still think Minnesota could actually go in there and win game 5, even if they were down 3-1. But I got to see how this game plays out before I make that judgment. But I do think OKC will win tomorrow. But like I said, would not be surprised if Minnesota won. I would be surprised if Minnesota blew them out again. But it wouldn't surprise me if Minnesota won a close game. Oh, hey, switching gears real quick. You know what it is. You know what it is. Told you, man. It's light work. It's light work, man. When I decide turn it up, we do goat things, man. We do goat things. Do goat things around here. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota won a close game tomorrow. Wouldn't shock me. Would not shock me at all if Minnesota won a close one and tie it 2-2. But if that does happen, that would embolden me even more that OKC is absolutely going to win in 6 because I don't see Minnesota beating this team 3 times in a row. So hence why I still think this series might be over. But we'll see how it goes. I do think tomorrow's game will be must see TV cinema, as Anthony likes to call it. If Minnesota's up 3-2, maybe. Maybe. I don't like OKC in elimination games, although they played very well in game 7. If they're down 3-2, maybe. 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 But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hopefully we get a series because this Knicks Pacers series has been electric all 3 games. It's been close all 3 games. So we thought it looked like tonight was going to be the blowout, but it wasn't. Just like game 1, they thought the Knicks were going to blow them out, but no. So both of these teams are just very even. But I actually wish Anthony was here because I would give him his flowers because he's been screaming for Landry Shamet to play for it feels like 2 weeks now. And he finally got his wish. And I've been screaming that he's a cone defensively, which he is. But he played good defense tonight. He played good defense. I can't say anything except I was wrong. He played good defense. He gave the Knicks quality minutes. And that's all I can ask for. It's just quality minutes. I don't need you to go score 30 points, 15 points. Just quality minutes so that the starters can get some rest so they don't have to play 45 minutes. That's all I ask for. And I hope Tibbs looks at this and, because Indiana's going to be ready for this on Tuesday. So I need Tibbs to not have a short leash immediately. One thing I will say, and I said this to Cass as I was watching the game live, as soon as I saw DeLon Wright come in the game, I knew instantly that meant that Campaign has been benched and we won't see him again in the series. I knew it immediately when I saw DeLon get up. I was like, oh, those are Campaign minutes, and Campaign ain't getting up. So Anthony's dream has happened. I barring injury or barring something crazy, I mean, like the crazy foul trouble that the Knicks were in with Deuce and Brunson getting in foul trouble in the first half, which was crazy. This game was also not officiated well. I don't think we'll see Campaign. So it is what it is. Campaign 8 of my campaign. Yes, I did get it. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Man, I'm sitting here. What a night it has been. I watched the Yankees earlier beat the Rockies. I watched a little bit of Battleground, WWE Battleground, NXT Battleground. I'm watching NXT. I'm watching AEW. It has been a night. It has been a night. I'm ready for this Double or Nothing to be over. We're going to wrap post game live up after AEW is over. It does not look like Dylan is going to be joining us tonight. James probably won't be here either. So, we're going to wrap it up pretty soon. The Rockies are absolutely the worst team in baseball. They are absolutely the worst team in baseball. The Pirates at least have something that they can look forward to. Oakland, the Athletics are also god awful. They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. But the Rockies are just abysmal. The White Sox also stink. But between the Pirates and the Rockies, those are your two worst. But the Rockies, for sure. The fact that it's Memorial Day and they don't have 10 wins yet is mind-boggling. They are 3-22 on the road. You can't make that up. And you just, if you know baseball, you just know how hard that is. They are making last year's god-awful White Sox team look terrible. Look okay. They're that is no, you heard me. They are 3-22 on the road. this year. They are 6-22 at home. So the Rockies are just terrible. It's terrible. Glad the Yankees got 2 out of 3. Would have liked the sweep, but like it's baseball. You can't sweep everybody. Contrary to what Roz may think, as good as it would be to sweep everyone, they can't sweep everyone. No, 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 no. They're 9-44. As if that's much better, but they're 9-44, which is abysmal. I guess you're faster than me because they're still wrestling for me. I really hope he doesn't win because, as you know, I cannot stand him. But oh, he's wearing weird coat. Yeah, I don't know what he's wearing. I don't really like what Osprey has on either. Both of them have like weird gear on tonight. I don't know. Can we talk about anarchy in the arena though? Because there's a lot go there's a lot going on in that anarchy in the arena match as normal. I don't know about you, but I absolutely have to get a pair of those Swerves Reebok shoes. Those are fire. They have to be added to the collection because I need that in my life. I need those. Those are it was the anarchy in the arena was crazy. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The sequence with the staple gun was hilarious. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope, cowboy. We've gone into that part of the match now where there's just no selling. There's just no selling anymore. That was insane. That was that was like that whole match was just crazy. Hook turning heel, that was I didn't see that coming either. And it's funny, right before he came out, because all the chaos was going on, I was sitting here thinking to myself too. I was like, man, this match would have been crazy if Hook was on here. He would have been going sick with some of this stuff. And then he appeared and then subtly turned heel. So it wasn't a full-on heel, but he's definitely gonna probably pull the you guys left me or you guys went and got Hobbs without me angle. Up tombstone. Uh-oh. The one I didn't know that table was going to explode, so that was crazy to see because I don't know if I missed the setup for the explosion, but I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that table to blow up like that. Caught me by surprise, but it was a good surprise. That was crazy. Yeah, I think that's the angle that they're gonna. I think that's the angle that they're gonna run with Hook. That they replaced him with Hobbs. Hook versus Hobbs is also going to be crazy. They made Hobbs look very strong tonight, which I appreciate. Oh, is that another AJ Styles move? Styles clash? Up, nope, 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 nope. Up, 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 up. Yep, counter on counter on counter on counter because we don't sell anything here around these parts. I don't know. While we're here, I just for people watching this, I don't. In case you were wondering, yes, I do have the logo ready to go tonight because Knicks win, Knicks win, Knicks win, Knicks win, Knicks win. Hope everyone is going to be safe on this Memorial Day weekend. Crazy, crazy to think what's going on in the whoa. Oh, good match. Good match. Absolutely atrocious. It was absolute trash. I never want to see that again. Never again. Please just oh, shout out to Mercedes Monet because the GOAT does GOAT things. And I can't wait till she beats Tony Storm to cause the internet to go crazy because GOATs do GOAT things. And I cannot wait for her to beat Tony Storm. Cannot wait. Which will be a banger of a match. Tony Storm's match was way more entertaining than I expected it to be. I don't know why I didn't think that match wouldn't be good, but it was way more entertaining than I anticipated. If you're sitting here watching and wondering why why I'm alone, it's just the way of the business sometimes. Got to run it by yourself sometimes. And if you're also wondering, I'm answering the questions, and I have my man Blackheart in here, and we're talking wrestling. I'm on cloud nine right now. Knicks get the win, 106-100. They're back in the they're back in the series. Is he about to do a Styles Clash off the apron? Yes, yes, a Styles Clash off the apron. The move is literally called Styles Clash, but you want to argue with me about him taking AJ Styles' moves. Like he does a Styles Clash, he does a phenomenal forearm. Like he just wants to be AJ Styles so bad. He just wants to be AJ Styles. And that is a very dangerous move to do off the apron because Hangman tried to brace himself with his feet off the apron, and I'm pretty sure he just jammed his knee doing that. So, yeah, I mean, it is 12:15, almost 12:15, and here we are, AEW still going. Not a care in the world. Just 10-hour pay-per-view, 10-hour pay-per-view, 10-hour pay-per-view. Because this match is definitely this is definitely going another 10 minutes. So AEW is insane. They're insane for this. That Anarchy in the Arena match was so long. Oh, with the cutter. I wonder if he's gonna hit him with that move he doesn't like to do anymore. Oh, probably doesn't need to after that. Oh, nope. Another kick out because of course. It would be a barn burner of a match that I don't know if we'll ever get to see. I mean, AJ probably will retire before he goes to AEW. Stapling his tongue was insane. Insane. I wonder if this match is going to end clean or if somebody's going to, if there will be shenanigans with this match. It might be the only way. Oh, yeah, we're going to get shenanigans in this match. We're going to get shenanigans because Osprey. Oh, I thought that was going to be the buckshot onto the ref, but I guess not. I love it. I think that's a new wrinkle that I wasn't expecting that I am gonna be here for. Bronson Reed versus CM Punk is gonna cook. Believe me when I tell you. Bronson Reed and when him and Punk fight, that match is going to cook. I think Bronson Reed is primed to be a main event star. Obviously, Braun Breaker's got world champion written all over him. Seth is Seth. It's gonna be fun, and you got the wise man. I guess we're gonna test out these new reinforced tables. Up. Oh, and the table broke. And the table broke. And, and the table broke. Oh, that that's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. That's needless to say, Osprey will be feeling that in the morning. Doof. Oh man. Not you just going to do it again. Ah, such a rookie. It's amateur. What's today? Sunday. Dynamite is on Wednesday. He's got a couple days to recover. Is this the end of the match? Nope. I said that a few minutes ago. I saw after a little scrum for a loose ball, the cat just was hobbling. After that, it just hobbling completely after that. So it's something to look out for. I hope he's okay. Josh Hart also jammed his knee. So hopefully it'll be okay. I mean, it's looking like it. He has to win. If Osprey wins this match, he has to win. What are you building it up for? Are y'all gonna like try to do this at the same time? Is that what's happening here? Yep, that's what's happening here. No, Yep. I hate Will Osprey matches. I hate Will Osprey matches. Oh, oh man. Gotta love it, man. What do we need finishers for? What are finishers called finishers for if they don't finish the match? What's the whole purpose of landing your finisher clean after just putting this man through a table if it doesn't it doesn't mean anything? Oh, oh man. I don't hate Osprey as much as I hate Hangman, but I just don't like Osprey's style of wrestling just doesn't do it for me. Just look like it just doesn't do it for me. Kicking out of finishes, kicking out of finishers, kicking out of finishers. All right, so they've both kicked out of each other's finisher. Whoop. This is gonna definitely honestly, he kind of kicked out of two finishers, but whatever. I did talk about Tibbs using the bench, and I gave Tibbs credit for using the bench, even though I think he was forced into it by Deuce and Brunson getting in foul trouble. But however we could take it, we'll take it. I also spoke on the fact that I don't think we will see campaign anymore in this series at all. I think once we saw DeLon Wright come out, uh that was it for campaign. That was the death nail right there because Cam has just been so the subtle adjustment of using DeLon Wright and having Josh Hart bring the ball up could could be something. Could be something. It does suck that he had to be forced into using his bench. And is he about to do the winged angel? He tried. Is he using Swerve's move? What the hell? Um, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying it. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a short leash for them. I hope he doesn't have a short leash for them for Game 4 because the Pacers are going to adjust. So you still got to ride the wave. And like I was saying, just 10 to 15 minutes, just 10 minutes. These guys are good enough. The Pacers guys on the bench aren't that superior that the Knicks can't use their bench to match minutes with them for 5 minutes, like you can buy minutes. Like you can just let it rock. He hit 1 3. He hit one, he hit 1 3. Again, you wow, that was a beautiful trend reversal. But my goodness, we're just no selling every damn thing. He can't kick out of that. Yeah, Osprey always loses the big match. Um, he hit 1 3. If you were here, you would have heard me give Shamit his credit multiple times that he gave quality minutes. Hopefully, it's a trend. There's no way he can be he if we do all of this for Hangman to be the one to beat Moxley, that is just absolutely disgusting. Just just disgusting. He still didn't play 10. He still didn't play 10 tonight. He still he did play 10 tonight. I think the Knicks played 8 tonight. The Knicks played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They played 9. They played 9 tonight. And all 9 played at least 10 minutes. That's how you use your bench. It's not just bringing someone out there for 2 seconds. He played all 9. Everyone who played tonight played at least 10 minutes. So that's how you use the bench. He did. He got a big charge. He did. He gave quality. He played quality minutes. He hit 1 3. Just, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully Tibbs will let him rock. He can't even put the belt on. Because I'm trying, like, he played good tonight. I don't expect him to play like that again. I don't expect him to play like that again, but I hope he does. I definitely would give him the opportunity. He earned the opportunity to play a game 4 without question. He absolutely tonight played his way into getting minutes in game 4. You can't see what he did tonight and not play him in game 4. That's because then that's malpractice. Then it's like, what are you doing, Tibbs? Like he got his opportunity. He did something with it. So he absolutely has to play game 4. And again, if he plays like this in game 4, he has to play in game 5, and you have to let him build on it. You have to let him build on it. So no doubt about it. He will be fine. Maybe. Maybe he won't be. Hope and what you think is going to happen is two different things. They absolutely did. Hangman winning this is just because there's no world where it should be Hangman that takes the belt off of Moxley. Like there's no reasonable world where Hangman should be the one to do this. Like if you're not setting this up for Darby, you would have if you're not setting it up for Darby, it has to be Will Ospreay. So now by having Hangman, who's a part of the Young Bucks clique, do this, it just furthers what bothers me about AEW because like what are we doing? Like you absolutely had Hangman and Swerve teaming up to face the Young Bucks on a silver platter. It was on a silver platter. And no. Now we've got Hangman versus Moxley. I don't know what they're gonna do with Osprey now for All In. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And it's funny because I said this to Shaw on Friday. Sometimes AEW just does things that don't make sense. They just do things that don't make sense. So it's hard to predict them sometimes because they just do things that don't make sense. I really can't stand Hangman. Just really can't. But it is what it is. I'll drop this in the chat, James. But I already said I think OKC is going to win tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota won. I would be surprised if Minnesota blew OKC out again. I'm surprised if they won. But I do think OKC will win. Knicks got to show up again. We'll see. Tuesday night, game 4. Knicks have to show up and show out. And, put some pressure on Indiana. Because if the Knicks do win, that does put pressure on. That does put pressure on Indiana, which will, be interesting to see. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when we're going to go live. We'll put up some promo on Tuesday because we're absolutely going to have to go live Tuesday. Win or lose for the Knicks, Tuesday will be. I thought I didn't watch the whole pay-per-view, so I don't know what matches I got wrong. Follow us on all of the socials, wherever you get your podcasts at. That's where you will find us. We're doing this after every Knicks Pacers game for the playoffs, so we will be here for every game of the NBA Finals. It's a pleasure being here with you. We'll have some big news for game 1 of the finals. That'll be fun. Gonna shake some things up and start a new chapter when these NBA finals start. So stay tuned with us. We love the support. We appreciate it. Riding solo, but it's okay. The fellas will be back in full force. And of course we can't go
just like that. Look who's back in the mix. Straight out of New York City, it's the Red Hot Knicks. And nothing's gonna stop us from hanging a banner. Not the Hawks, Heat, or even
Indiana.
Back on pace, back in the chase. That's right, the 8th seed in the thick of the race. And while you're trying to the shots we be blocking.
So this is Big Mike signing off. Knicks got the dub. We'll see you on Tuesday. Come on now. Good night.